In a homicide investigation in Starkville. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jory Talley.
And I'm Cash Matlock. Now, one man is behind bars tonight in connection to a deadly shooting that happened on Friday night. Now, SPD Corporal Brandon Lovelady says 27-year-old Henry Neal Jr. of Starkville was arrested last night. He's being charged with conspiracy to commit murder. Now, police responded to a shots fired call Friday night at the West Main Arms Apartments at the intersection of West Main Street and South Long Street. That's where officers found a man dead in the driver's seat of a vehicle from an apparent gunshot wound. Now, the victim's name or motive isn't known at this time. Anyone with any information, call the Starkville Police Department or Golden Triangle Crime Stoppers at 1-800-530-7151.
Monroe County residents should be on the lookout for an upcoming road closure. Road manager Sonny Clay says starting tomorrow, a road will be closed. The railroad crossings on Burr Road and South Harmony Road will be closed at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Repairs are expected to be completed by mid-afternoon.
Virginia Governor Ralph Northam says he's not going anywhere. The embattled lawmaker told CBS News that he isn't going to resign despite an uproar over his use of blackface as a young man. CBS's Nicole Killian reports from Richmond, Virginia.
More than a week after admitting he wore blackface in college, Virginia Governor Ralph Northam told CBS This Morning's Gayle King he intends to finish his term.
Yes, I have thought about resigning, but I've also thought about what Virginia needs right now. And I really think that I'm in a position where I can take Virginia to the next level, and it will be very positive.
The governor said he has grown since this picture appeared on his 1984 yearbook page. He said the same thing about Attorney General Mark Herring's use of blackface. Northam refused to call for the resignation of Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax, who's accused of sexual assault by 2 women. Fairfax says he's innocent and wants the FBI to investigate.
If these accusations are determined to be true, I don't think he's going to have any other option but to resign.
Governor Northam's refusal to step down was greeted skeptically by other Virginia lawmakers.
I understand that he's feeling contrition, that he's feeling regret, but we need somebody who can not only address the wrongs of the past, but take Virginia into the future. And I think he's lost the confidence of the people in order to be able to do that.
Last week, it looked like Fairfax would succeed Northam as governor. He's now fighting for his political life.
I believe the women, and I think if you believe the women, we have no call but to call for his resignation.
If Fairfax doesn't resign, a state legislator says he will introduce articles of impeachment against him on Monday. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Richmond, Virginia.
A Washington Post poll released Saturday showed Virginia residents are split as to whether or not the governor should remain in office.
Well, one of Mississippi's top leaders is also responding to controversy. Lieutenant Governor Tate Reeves responded on Friday to a Huffington Post article that shared fraternity pictures of members dressed in costumes with painted faces and Confederate flags during Reeves' tenure at Millsaps. Various chapters of Kappa Alpha across the country have come under fire because of their ties to Civil War heritage and Confederate-themed parties. In the Huffington Post article, Reeves can be seen alongside fraternity brothers at a party. Other photos depict members in luau-themed garb with painted faces. It is unclear if Reeves is in one of those photos. In his response, the Lieutenant Governor's office released a statement to our sister station in Jackson. Quote, as a quick Google search will show, Lieutenant Governor Reeves was a member of Kappa Alpha Order like every other college student. He did attend costume formals and other parties and across America. Kappa Alpha KA's costume formal is traditionally called the Old South in honor of the Civil War veteran who founded the fraternity in the 1800s. According to the Huffington Post, the pictures were given to the publication by the Democratic Super PAC American Bridge. Well, it's now time to get a first look at our weather with meteorologist Jacob Dickey. Hey, Jacob.
Hey, Jory, we have enjoyed a nice evening here for the most part. Temperatures have cooled down into the 50s. We stayed dry for many of us. The showers are off to our north. The warm air, though, we can tell where those greens and yellows are to the south here. 61 in Mobile, Jackson at 59, low 50s across our area. Memphis at 45, Little Rock at 42. Where we got a stationary front off to our north here, that boundary that's keeping all the rain just off to our north. We're dry for now. That is going to change as we go through the next 24 hours or so. We'll get a chance for some isolated showers. As far as the storms, I think Monday nights when we get the chance for a few strong storms, we turn around and Tuesday afternoon, get some sunshine in there. More details on that in just a bit.
Hillcrest Baptist Church in New Albany played host to the Tim Tebow Foundation's 5th annual Night to Shine prom Friday night.
That's right, Jory. And the event is a chance for members of the special needs community to participate in their very own prom night. Now, church members tell me that the annual event is not only good for participants, it's actually good for the volunteers as well. Okay, what's your favorite part?
Dancing.
All right, and what else are you looking forward to?
The karaoke.
The Tim Tebow Foundation's Night to Shine is put on every year in New Albany by Hillcrest Baptist Church. Members of the congregation say it's the highlight of their year.
It is such a pleasure and joy to see these participants walk through these doors, get to be kings and queens at a prom, to see the smiles, see the laughter, see the enjoyment on their face, and it's a night that I look forward to every year.
Participants are shuttled in and greeted by dozens of people waiting to roll out the red carpet. They're then ushered in to have their hair and makeup done, their shoes shined, and have their portraits made. They even get their choice of a limo or carriage ride.
The limo rides and stuff, and it's pretty amazing. There's just a lot of stuff that I'm pretty sure a lot of people will love.
And the special night couldn't come at a better time. It's always planned for the week before Valentine's Day with a special message of love.
I want them to know that they are very special and that they are loved by God and loved by all. And just because they may be someone with a disability, they are still loved, they are still cared for, and they are indeed a special person in God's eyes.
Dawn McKinney served on the Night to Shine committee during its first year. She says she has a special place in her heart for the event.
For me, it's important because I'm the mother of a special needs child. And they are special, and just like he is saying right now, everybody's a king, and they're all king and queens. They spend their life on the outside looking in, and this is a night where they don't have to do that.
And church members say they hope to see the event continue to grow in the coming years.
And I would encourage anyone, doesn't matter what age you are, to come out and enjoy this with us. It grows every year. We look forward to it every year, and actually you're going to walk away probably with a bigger blessing than the participants are that leave here tonight.
Now, the Tim Tebow Foundation started Night to Shine with just 44 churches. Now they've grown to 655 churches with locations in 50 states and 20 different countries.
Such an awesome night and sweet story as well.
For sure.
Well, let's talk box office. New movies dominated the weekend box office, and there was something for everyone from romantic comedy to action to animation. David Daniel has the top 5.
After 3 weekends on top, Glass fell all the way to 5th place on ticket sales of $6.4 million. The Upside fell to 4th place. $7.2 million put the comedy at $86 million domestic.
Now, I don't know what igloo you crawled out of, but I think it's time you crawled back in.
Cold Pursuit, starring Liam Neeson, opened in 3rd place with $10.8 million, slightly higher than expected.
I feel weird after last night.
Yeah, that's what happens when tequila meets desperation.
Taraji P. Henson and What Men Want debuted in 2nd place with a solid $19 million.
Bring me your fiercest leader.
Yeah, that's me, this guy, coming through.
The Lego Movie 2, the second part, easily took the top spot, but the sequel's debut of $34.4 million was only about half of what the original made when it opened 5 years ago. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
We've got this week's Mom to Mom coming up after the break. Stay with us.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and chocolate is obviously a favorite treat for the holiday.
That's right, and here's this week's Mom to Mom.
Today on Mom to Mom, Chef Kate has a wonderful kid-friendly no-bake cookie recipe for us. All right, moms, I've got Chef Kate here with us. It's Valentine's Day. Do you need another reason to make no-bake cookies?
And to eat chocolate.
To eat chocolate?
Quintessential Valentine's
Perfect.
Day. Yeah.
All right, what you got for us
I'm
today?
going to make a no-bake cookie. So I love no-bake cookies because it's good for your kids to get involved in the kitchen.
Right.
And my version is no refined sugar. It's got whole oats, so it's actually good for them. And they can get involved and kind of make it their own, too, which kids love.
All right, well, let's just jump right into it.
Melt the honey and coconut oil in a saucepan over medium heat. Bring it to a boil and let it cook for about 1 minute. Stir in the peanut butter, almond milk, and vanilla. Remove from the heat, add the salt, cocoa powder, and oats. Stir everything to combine really well. Drop your dough onto a parchment-lined baking sheet, sprinkle with sprinkles, coconut, whatever you like, and throw into the refrigerator for about 15 minutes until everything's nice and firm. Bring them out, let them sit for about a minute room temperature, and enjoy.
So these have been in our refrigerator for about 15-20 minutes, just until they're nice and firm, and I put coconut on the top for the adults. But for kids, sprinkles will be really fun. You can let them kind of pick and choose what they want to put on top.
Exactly, and it was so easy.
Yes, they took literally 15 minutes, one pot, and they're on
Exactly.
parchment for easy cleanup. So
Exactly. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Reminds me of
Oh, they're
childhood.
delicious. I love those big oats too.
They're chewy,
Really good.
chocolatey, not too sweet.
Not too sweet, exactly, and healthy.
Yep.
Oh my
real
gosh.
good.
All right, moms, if you want this recipe and more, connect with me on Facebook. See y'all next week.
Mom to Mom is brought to you by Mom to Be on Wilkins Wise Road in Columbus.
We're watching some showers off to our north. They will stay that way for the next 24 hours. Maybe an isolated shower sneaks into the area. We're watching the potential for some strong storms in our area tomorrow night. I've got the details for you after the break.
First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
Overall, as we check out our Alpha Insurance Skycam network across the area, have not seen any showers, and that's been expected for much of the day. A few slight showers have snuck into some northwest parts of our area, but I'm thinking we're staying dry for the most part through the overnight hours. Temperature right now in Tupelo is at 52. The dew points are in the low 40s, rather, with a southeast wind between 5 and 10 miles an hour. That will continue through the night. We've got a little more moisture in place, and that will continue to rise overnight tonight. 54 in Columbus and in West Point. Hey, Calhoun City, we're at 56, seeing 58 in Grenada and in DeKalb. Macon at 56 at the 11 o'clock hour. All of the rain is off to our north here. Just a few little blips showing up in here. We're looking at a partly cloudy to mostly cloudy sky tonight. That will continue. We may get a few sprinkles in here as we get into the morning hours, but nothing too substantial. No problems expected as we start our day on Monday. Temperatures tonight heading down toward the low 50s across much of our area. I've got 52 in Columbus, 50 in Starkville, Macon at 55, 51 in Tupelo, Oxford, down to 50 under a mostly cloudy sky tonight. The clouds stick around through the day on Monday. Partly cloudy to mostly cloudy. More clouds than sun, I think. Temperatures climbing into the upper 60s. Some of us are heading for the low 70s even. We'll see a southeast wind between 5 and 15 miles an hour. Still, though, 70 in Macon and in Louisville, Columbus, West Point, and Starkville at 69. Winona at 70. More warmth into West Alabama, mid to upper 60s there. I've got 66 in Solent, 67 in Vernon, and in Aliceville, Reform at 66. And then up into the Tupelo area, mid to upper 60s here, 68 in Tupelo, 67 in Pontotoc, Oxford at 65. Looks like we'll hold off the thunderstorms until after sunset on Monday evening. Here's those highs again across the area, seeing the mid to upper 60s on the board. As we carry through, then notice the showers start to pick up. Some showers off in the north towards the Memphis area into the afternoon. We stay dry, I think, in our area. Won't rule out a few isolated showers. It's the thunderstorms that come Monday night and that we'll have to watch here. Notice a line of the storms start to form off to our west after 10 p.m. and move into our area. I think this line could have some gusty winds with it, could be on the stronger side. The storms will carry off to the east through 6 or 7 a.m. or so before they push off into Alabama. Out of our area, some lingering showers through the morning. By the Tuesday afternoon, then, the sunshine is back, and it will stay that way heading into Wednesday. As far as the severe threat, again, Monday night into Tuesday, a marginal risk of severe storms across all of our area. We're going to say area-wide. Everyone watching right now, if you're watching us, consider the threat for some strong storms, gusty winds, as well as perhaps an isolated spin-up tornado. Will not rule that out. As far as those storms carry on through, then, we're dry on Tuesday and on Wednesday. That's some good news for us here, so we'll be able to enjoy some drier weather. Another system will be coming in our direction after that, though. So again, Monday night into Tuesday, first round of storms comes on through. Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday are dry. Thursday, more storms, maybe coming in more Thursday night into Friday with some leftover showers. That second cold front is going to cool us off, though, into next weekend. Back seasonal weather with some sunshine and the 50s.
Well, the Bulldog women haven't lost an SEC game yet. See if they can keep the streak alive next in sports.
CBI Sports with Courtney Robb.
Well, like many times this season, it may have taken a minute for the Bulldogs to warm up, but a hot start to the second half against Tennessee would lead to yet another dominating performance for the 6th-ranked Bulldogs. The Bulldogs facing off against Tennessee at home to start their 2-game homestand earlier today. Zay Green starting things off for the Vols, finds Renaya Davis, who hits the floater. The Vols were leading early 11-9. Onreal Howard responding on back here. She catches the ball at the high post. The ball fake and then knocks down the shot. And we have some more action coming in that first quarter. Jordan Danbury this time dumps the ball off to Big T, who turns around, hits the shot, and grabs the and one bucket. She'll hit the free throw to put State up by 3. The Vols not going away, though. Renaya Davis with the pull-up J. Young money, cash money shot, and Tennessee is down by 1. Still in the first quarter, Honorable Howard pushing the break finds Jasmine Holmes for the layup. The Lady Bulldogs leading here by 5. And then before the end of the quarter, Jordan Danbury goes behind the back, pulls the transition jumper to extend the lead for MSU to 8 points. And now moving on into the second quarter, Jasmine Holmes. She's going coast to coast with the Euro step and the and one finish. She flexes on the Volunteers real quick. State leading by 10. State getting the ball back again. This time Holmes with the entry pass from the quarter to Tiara McCowan. Hits the shot. Should have a big game, 24 points and 15 rebounds. Tennessee staying tough, though. Renaya Davis with the mid-range J. She finishes the day with 29 points. And the Volunteers only down 4. MSU answers back. Some ball movement here as Hunter finds Holmes, who hits Howard back to Hunter in the corner for the 3. State now goes up 8. And then before the half, Davis now with the dime as she finds Mimi Jackson for a 3 of her own. Tennessee down by 7. But the Bulldogs were too much today as they break away in the fourth quarter in dominating fashion to get a big win. The final score, Mississippi State 91, Tennessee 63, handing the Volunteers their worst loss in an SEC game in program history.
It's just a product of our system. And, you know, they know I take great pride in that. And I don't like to be out hustled. I don't like to be out toughed. And if I think we're not in top physical condition because of the way I like to play, we like to play, they know I'll fix that in a hurry.
I just gave my team energy, you know, diving at the balls, crowd gets excited, it excites us, and, you know, just make us want to, you know, go harder and just give the crowd something to watch and not bore them and put them to sleep.
You know, we're excited to see our post players and our bigs go dive for loose balls and make big plays, big hustle plays, because, you know, usually it's the guards, but they do it a lot too, and it just gets us hyped.
It's almost time for the Diamond Dogs and the Rebels to get back to business on the Diamond. I've got more information on opening day for both teams coming up later in sports. Stick with us. Baseball legend Frank Robinson has passed away. The longtime player, manager, and team executive passed away Thursday at the age of 83. CBS's Kenneth Craig reports with more.
Frank Robinson was a powerful outfielder who slugged 586 home runs during a 21-year career. The first decade was with the Cincinnati Reds. Robinson was the 1956 Rookie of the Year and the National League's most valuable player in 1961. But just 4 years later, the Reds, believing the 30-year-old was in decline, traded him to the Baltimore Orioles. Many sports writers regard the deal as one of baseball's worst trades ever. In his first season in Baltimore, Robinson led the Orioles to a World Series title and was named the American League's MVP. To this day, he's the only player to win the award in both major leagues. Robinson's exploits as a player earned him a spot in Cooperstown. His other contributions to the game put him in the history books. With the Cleveland Indians in 1975, he became the first African-American manager in baseball history. In his first game as skipper, Robinson inserted himself into the lineup and even hit a home run as his Indians beat the Yankees 5-3. Robinson said he hoped he'd be remembered as, quote, the Cleveland manager rather than baseball's first black manager. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
In recent years, Robinson worked for Major League Baseball as an advisor to the commissioner's office. Well, in just a few more days, both Mississippi State and Ole Miss will return to the Diamond. Yes, both the Bulldogs and the Rebels kick off the 2019 season this upcoming Friday, so just in 5 more days. And for the Bulldogs, that will also be the grand opening of the brand new Duty Noble Field. Both Ole Miss and Mississippi State have high expectations for the upcoming season, both slotted spots in D1Baseballs.com. Preseason top 25, Ole Miss ranking at number 10, and Mississippi State going into that ranking at number 14. Again, both the teams begin their respective seasons on Friday at 4 p.m. Mississippi State plays Youngstown State, and Ole Miss faces off to Wright State. Highlights will be later that night here on WCBI Sports. That's it for sports. We have your last look coming up after the break. Stick with us.
Quick recap on some of those stronger storms. Again, Monday night, 10 p.m. till 7 a.m. is that timing. Damaging winds the main threat. Will not rule out an isolated spin up, but that's going to be the main focus here. After that, then more storms possible heading into Thursday and Friday. Still, though, in the 60s this week. Really nice out there.
Yeah.
By the weekend, though, that second cold front drops us back into the 50s. We're a little colder, but still some sunshine next weekend. Not all a bad forecast. I'd be remiss. I think we need to give a quick shout out to our floor director, Rue. It's her last night. Do I hear that right? Is that right? Come out here real quick. Get out here real quick. You want to come? She wants to, yeah. Come on, say bye. She wants to. We love Rue. She's great to have here. So she's great to have her as the floor director, and a big shout out to her. So
y'all have a great week. We'll see you back here tomorrow night.